Hi, hello. Uh, it's me, Vocalost Comps here, and this is a little video I'm recording for reaching 1,000 subs on YouTube. Thank you guys. This is a little video I'm recording that I'm recording so I can show you how to walk through show you my process rather of how I make daily vocal catalogs, and I thought this would be like a cool thing to show you guys for like 1,000 subs, and yeah, I just thought it'd be cool that you could get some behind the scenes stuff. So this is one of my monitors. I actually have a dual monitor setup for all coming from a laptop. And it's connected to the two. So this is the primary monitor, and then there's a secondary monitor that you can't really see because OBS only lets you capture one screen at a time. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how to make a DVC, and it's gonna be great. Alright, so before we go to the page for this one in particular, I am recording. I am making the November 19th, 2009. And for those who may not know, or who may have never known, DVC stands for Daily Vocaloid Catalog, which is what this says, right? So that's why I put DVC for short, because it's short than saying daily. Okay. Anyways, this one is for November 19th, 2009, and yeah, I go to the video, I copy the link, and then I go to this lovely website called Nikozon, where you are able to watch and download. It's like a tool where you can watch and download and look at all kinds of Nikodoga video stuff, stats, and yeah, I just put the link in the search bar. I click this URL or something cool. Click that. Brings me to the page. I click this thing right here, and I open it in a new tab. And then it brings me to the Nikozon page right here. And then I click this link, which will also take me here. And then I click this little beta bookmarklet, and then it just starts downloading the video for me. And I'll just download it. It's going by really quick because I already downloaded this one time before. So it's downloading quick, and then once it's done downloading, I click here anywhere on the screen, and I save it to to my downloads, to my download section usually, and then I just keep the SM as is. But you can change the file name, and yep, it's done. And close that. Go back to here. I open up. Oh, that's on videos. Go to my download, and I edit with Champ. Now, I normally edit all of my DVCs and Kagamine new song rankings with Clip Champ. That's what I use to edit these. But for more intensive editings, video edits like my playlists or like other miscellaneous stuff, I use Adobe Premiere Pro for that. But for these simple little like comp clip things, I just use Adobe Clipchamp, and I usually go by zoom in by the tens, and I turn the volume all the way up because it's a little too quiet for me. Let me just check my volume. Okay, 14 should be enough. And then I have it up here. And then what I do next is I scrub through the video. I go and normally they for the daily Vocaloid catalogs in particular, they have the links usually all the way up to 55, so 55, and this one it's only 62 songs. They have all these links down here, and you can click them, and it will take you to the video. So that's what I do, and I usually go in batches of 10, and I just open them up in new tab links. I just do this. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? I just open them up and I go in batches of 10. I've seen that's the easiest way, and then I go through the video and I'm like, okay, that one is still up. Song 2 is still up. Song 3, Song 4, and Song 5 are all deleted, but Song 6 is up. So when I come across a string of deleted songs, I check them to see, okay, deleted, 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 all deleted, not privated, deleted. So then when I do that, to keep track, I go back to the editing bay, and I just scrub the clips to where they stop. And I cut them, delete that part, and yep, 3, 4, 5. And then at the very end of 5, I cut it again, keep where I left off, and then I continue on. So that's 6, that's 7, that's 8, it's 9, and that's 10 there. So those are all still up, still on. So that first 10 batches only had 3 deleted songs in total. And I just closed them all. And then I continue on. 11, 12, yep. And this is what I do. This is a lot of what I do for these catalogs. I just click all these, and I have to be careful to make sure I click this link instead of this one or something. It's really meticulous. So then I go, okay, 7, 1, oh, 15 is down, but 14, that is, oh, that's privated, not deleted. So song number 4. There we go. Wait. This. Bing, boom. That's done. 15. Okay. Oh, 16 is gone. Oh, it's an. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's gone. Not really. Well, we'll get to that when we get to that. But 17. 17 is so oh man, it'd be one of these with a off song in quotes. Uh, 18, 19, and T. So if I get to the very end of 20, I heal and it's gone, then I go to 21. And 21 is still up. So yeah, that's again just to help me keep track in my brain what's deleted, what's still up, and yeah, yep. And I check all these links because I check all these links the way I do, not just to see if they're found or deleted, but also because early on, there were a couple strings of catalogs that had like the wrong links that led to like, so the links that were down here were different than like what the video catalog was actually shown. So like say a number 4 was shown, and then you click on the 4 link on the number 4 link down here, and it would like take you to another song. That happened very early on, and that made me very paranoid. So I now obsessively check all the links to make sure all the songs match up. and like nothing is amiss in terms of these links. It's a lot of checking. It's a lot of clipping. It's a lot of it's not very difficult. It's just kind of tedious and takes up time. Really, it's just something that does that. Okay, 21. Oh right, it's done. Oh man, isn't this riveting? Isn't it so much fun to see me go behind the scenes about how I make these? Isn't it fun? You're just gonna keep seeing me do these? Uh, um, um, nine, and 40. Oh, right. So, 22? That is gone. Oh, it's a Synclavia song. How about that? 23. Yep, that's Synclavia. Synclavia songs. Some people will be happy about that. I always look at some deleted songs and in my brain sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, there are gonna be some people who really like that this is gonna be featured in the next DVC because it's super exciting. Like, oh, it's the song I really like and want to get found bad. And I do get those comments sometimes. Where it's like blank mentioned and then timestamp. Alright, and 4 and 25. Oof. 4, 5. Mm. Should have picked a shorter catalog to edit this with because I feel like I have to like make commentaries to like keep you guys engaged while I'm making this. When usually I'm just silent and just listening to stuff on my phone, usually watching a YouTube video or something as like background noise. I can't do that because I'm recording something to you guys. Right. So it's kind of hard to keep commentary. 7, 28, 29 is gone. Oh, yippee. How about that? Alright, 29. So, yeah. Uh, keep that. And that's, oh, we're 40 songs in now. Hooray! Hey, hey. Tiny, oh, 40's down, so 41. Cool. Alright, 21. I feel like I've seen this producer before. One privated. Yeah, these videos swap between being deleted and being privated. It depends. Right? Gakpo song, the one person who comments, who in my comments lately, who loves Gakpo is gonna be very happy about this clip. Hi there, if you're watching this. I know who you are. Just kidding. I love you guys in the comments. It's fun to see people point stuff out and say, "Hey, I like this song. It's really cool. It's cool." 5, 6, 8, 9, and then 40, all the way up to 4. That's deleted. 41 is, yep. That matches. So I'm gonna have to move here, all the way in. 9. Okay, so far this is about 2 minutes and 20 seconds in. Yeah. And then once I run out of space, I just scroll on to the next thing. Easily. Very, very easily. Yeah, this is a very repetitive process, in case you couldn't tell. It's very much rinsing, repeating, do the same thing over and over for a while. And that's just what this is. Woo-wee, isn't this fun? Alright. 40. Yeah. Oh, 190p. I don't think I said that name right. Something like that. One producer who makes the silly little Luca face. Yeah, that's this guy. Mondaiji. That's that's his name. Mine. 25, 6, 7, 8, 50. Oh wait, it's up to 50. I mean, what was deleted out of that batch? That's pretty cool. Alright, now we're at the last things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and of those 53. 5. Alright. Just gonna add that quick. Let's delete it. Mm. 255. Alright, so after this, after all the links are done, because they maxed out the description space, from here on out, I take link number 55, move on to 56. I look at the SMs, 2 different SMs, and I do this a couple times just to make sure I get it right. So that's 583 to 603, and it's still less than, right? So 603, and that's still up, and that's how I do that from there on out. Another Mondai GP song, and then 77. Yeah, this is where it becomes really tedious, where you have to manually type them in. Oh, this one's gone. 8, 5, 7, 6, 7. And I really tried to check, because in the I really try to check my links now, because when I first started doing these, I messed up the links, the manual typing links a lot, like a lot. Back when I first started out, because I didn't know as much as I do now. And I used to confuse SM with NM, and it really messed me up a bunch. So now I really check. Like, if I have to manually type something in, I really, like, obsessively check to see if I'm getting it just right or not. because I used to make that mistake early on, and it's in my earliest daily Vocaloid catalogs. You can see it in my clarifying description, and it's really amateurish, and I'm embarrassed about it now. But you know, that was the me from 2 years ago. It's in the past, but I'm still really embarrassed by it. Amateur hour for me. So okay, that's 6 all the way to, wow, 8 fours. Okay, 8 4 8 6 9 8. All right, let me check. 885 SM 8858 7 SM. All right, another needed one. Okay. Oh, this one's an NM. It switches to NM. That switch is what messed me up. Used to mess me up. 645. 5. It's an NM. It's still up. So yeah, I take those two. Flip them. All right. 9 9 1. It's back to SM. See, I'd always have to do that. These must be up. Also still up. Okay. 9 8 3. That one is deleted. 8 3. 8 3. It's an SM. Yes, it is. Oh man, poor Momo named Momo. She has so many lost songs. It's absolutely tragic. A lot of the Utaoloids, especially the more obscure homemade ones, have a lot of lost songs, and it's very, very tragic every time I see a lost Utau song. Because not as many people care for them as, like, the big name Vocaloid ones. And it's always kind of a crying shame. Alright, so that's 9061. Finally. 8 8 Oh. Oh, it's a total happy. That's a very familiar. Okay, so yep, and I just let it play to the end. So now that I have checked through all of them and I'm at the end of the catalog now, I go all the way back to the beginning, and I run the video through, and I checked to see if there's any, like, because with these daily Vocaloid catalogs, the thing about them is a lot of the songs bleed into each other when you cut them up like this. You'll see from this soon enough. But these things, these catalogs, some more than others, have a lot of bleed and lag, and so sometimes a song gets a starting portion of a song gets captured when it really shouldn't be, and you'll see that soon. So let's just check through this. example of what. So when that happens, I move the clip that comes after it down here. I go back and did you hear that? That last second? Let me play it one more time. That is the next song. So like that was song number 26, which isn't last, bleeding into this previous one and lagging. And so what I do for that to make it sound a lot more clean, I usually go and that, and I just cut that little part out a little bit. And now you go. It's a little more abrupt, but you don't hear the next song. So let's try to. And then, yeah, I just do that. I do that for the rest of these, because usually when it starts, it goes for the rest of the catalog. So I just have to do, and so I have to take these already cut up clips and cut them up even more and into like teeny tiny pieces. I have to. Yeah. So if you ever wonder why the audio cuts off abruptly, and the video doesn't have a clean fade, that's why. Because I'm cutting out all the little, the sound of the next song bleeding into the previous song. And so that's why that happens. And some catalogs are worse than others when it comes to this. Like, some DVCs have really, really terrible lag. But this one, for example, it's not too awful. It's not too awful. And that's just what I do for a minute. And scrub back, cut that little part out. Yep, so it's clean. Right? And I've run into this so many times. I've gotten kind of good, knowing where to pause and where to cut a certain thing from a clip. Yep, that one. Boop. Yeah. Oh no, it's still cuts, so I have to cut it even. It's better, much better. Not perfect, but right? Yeah, this is you have to be very meticulous for this part in particular. And this is the last one, so I shouldn't have to cut anything else because it just goes to the end. And that's the end. And I go up here and I rename it at the very, very, very end. And then I put both things in C's, and this is November. What is this again? November 19th. Oh, it's the East 9, and then there's. And then that's complete, and then I export. No, don't save to OneDrive. And 1080, I always export in 1080. 1080. and then you just wait for it to export. It usually doesn't take long with these to export them. And it's ready. Then you open it up, like close this, and there it is. And I usually delete. And now I normally take this thing and I just upload it to YouTube and I research it. I'm not going to be recording that sort because this was just to show the editing, not the research part. Maybe I'll do another recording for that to show you how I research these. But maybe not, because my researching skills are so bad. I just wanted to show you how I edit these things and how I put them together, and I thought it'd be a cool thing to do for 1,000 subs. So yeah, that's it. Really. Thank you all for watching. I hope this wasn't too cringy, and I hope you learned something. Hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.